This is us, Central Florida, Polk County, Dundee. We love you. Polk County, we love you. We'll see you guys again.
We will see you guys
really
again.
soon.
Oh my gosh.
So in theory, this is going to be for the channel. But we just finished getting dinner with our grandfather. And the restaurant that we ate at is on the lake. And we've just been sitting on this hill looking at this view, watching the sunset. And I just kind of wanted to show you guys. Like, come on, you guys.
Well, and you definitely can't see on camera, but there are just like hundreds and hundreds of birds flying in the distance.
Like, this whole part of the sky is just like straight birds. And then you pan this way and it's just like the most beautiful sky you've ever seen in your life. Like, what? I can't believe it looks like that. Typical John Keith Marshall, am I right, folks?
Typical. Starting off strong with the whole fam in frame.
Guys, I feel immediately like I'm gonna cry.
Look, we have to get at least 5 minutes into the video before you can start crying.
It's crazy because I did not
No.
I did not feel like I was gonna cry before you hit roll just now, and then I was like, what am I gonna say?
Yeah, we really did just come into this with no game plan. We leave. Today is Sunday. We leave on Tuesday.
Tears silently roll down Liz's cheeks.
But we just wanted to sit down, make one last Florida video while we're still able to be on this beautiful patio. The sun came out today. The weather is beautiful. It's been super gloomy recently in the 40 degrees with lots of rain, but the sun came out today. It's beautiful. Of course. Now we receive a phone call.
It's God.
God.
When God calls, do you answer? No, you hit decline.
Ooh.
Don't call me.
Don't call Bisca Ray.
Don't call me when I'm recording a video. I've got more important things to do.
Yeah, we're in the midst of packing. It's been a very chaotic week. We've made a new friend. Shout out
Pete.
Pete,
Shout if you're watching this, I love you. Thank you for piercing my septum.
Got my ears pierced.
Got my ears pierced.
Bro,
Who's calling?
It's God.
It's literal potential spam, like blowing my line up. They're done.
They're done. Not God, confirmed.
I've been thinking a lot about what I want to say. And mostly it's just that I'm so grateful to have had the opportunity to do this.
Come here and do this, yeah.
And like meet all of these people. Like more than anything. That's what makes me emotional more than anything. Is just like the number of amazing, like interesting, unique people that we've met down here. And also like at risk of sounding like disturbingly corny, the parts of myself that I met down here, because I do feel like even though it's only been 10 months, it's been so transformative. And like, it's weird because we kind of knew that was going to be the vibe when we came down here.
Seriously.
That was always a bit of what was in the sauce when we were like, we want to come and stay in the Florida house.
It's going to be a healing journey. It's going to be a place of peace and a place of recovery and a place of growth and finding oneself. And we've done that.
And we did that.
Yeah.
I feel so emotional. I'm like a really sentimental person. I always struggle with moving on.
Yeah.
Committing fully to change, which is interesting because one of our more recent videos, like,
is about embracing change.
Was literally all about embracing change. And it's easy to talk the talk, but then you have to walk the walk.
I think it's natural and normal to have fear towards change and like the nervousness of the unknown and leaving good things behind. But we still do it at the end of the day, you know, like getting a little bit cold feet or feeling nervous. That's natural. It's about getting to the cliff's edge. And even though your heart's like pounding a million miles a minute, still like jumping off into the water.
What's strange is there's a natural anxiety that comes with it.
Of
But
course.
I do feel
yeah.
quite calm in regards to the change as well. I was talking with my friend Carmen a week or two ago, maybe a week ago, and we were talking to her about moving back, and she was like, you seem so different this move than when you were moving to Florida. And you seem so much more like calm and assured of yourself and of like what you want to do. And we were speaking about this with our friend Erin as well, who's like so wise, and I respect her so much. She was talking with us about how every time you make another leap, the next one gets a little bit easier, because there's a little bit of a sense of like, okay, I've already done it once, so I know I can make it through this one. Even though you are heading into the unknown, you still have this sort of like assuredness. Yeah, I'm capable of doing hard things, and I have absolutely zero regrets when it comes to our time down here. And it's like,
Yeah.
taken this place that was already kind of a cherished spot for us and just blossomed that like times 100.
Yes.
I have so much love for this place, and I have so much love for this community, and I'm so proud of us for everything that we've worked on down here. And it's been so special getting to share the journey on the YouTube channel as well. And just to have all these little capsules,
little video journal,
our time down here. And again, like, I don't even know if anyone watches these or cares about these, but it's like really getting to a point for me where it's not even about that, because it just means that we have these little capsules of these moments that are precious. And I'm practicing a lot right now, trying to focus on living in the moment, which I think is part of why I've been able to be much more calm this go around in this transition, because it's not as important to me to like worry about what's to come. I've just been trying to stay really present, being with the people that I care about down here and doing the things that I care about down here, and focused on taking care of the task at hand. But with that being said, still being able to kind of look back and have these videos does make it even that much more easy to just stay in the moment with myself and with you and with the people that I'm with and the places and the surroundings that I am, because I know there will be little glimpses of things to hold on to if I ever want to look back. But like, I'm changed on some real fucking wicked shit. Like, I really have just been changed by this place and the people that I've met and the experiences that I've had, and I just feel so grateful, and I'm so still hopeful and excited about the future,
what's to come,
and what's to come. And it is unknown, but like,
that's exciting.
Before we moved down here, like especially during my time in Milwaukee, and it's interesting because I've made videos about, especially like shortly after we came down here, I made my little like breaking up with Milwaukee video, and I know that I was doing a lot of reflection about just what that change meant for me and what it meant to get out of that environment. But it's crazy coming to the literal conclusion
till the end
of this experience, and getting the full 10 months out and like actually being able to reflect and witness and feel intrinsically and like deeply in my being how much I have healed and how much I was like struggling in that place, and how much unhappiness and bitterness in a way that I was holding on to, because I felt so stuck there, and I felt so stuck often in the situations that I was in there, and I was always trying to find a better answer for myself without wanting to have to face the hard decision of actually leaving that place behind, which moving anywhere is so daunting and is so scary, and there's a reason why people stay where they're at.
There is a reason.
It's just, even if it's hard and you feel bad about where you are, there's a creature comfort of just knowing where you're at and knowing having all of your things and not having to pick up everything you own and move it somewhere new, or drive across the country for 2 days unendingly, or make new friends, or get a new job, or any of those things. Like, it makes so much sense. But this has just been such a liberating and freeing experience for me. And it's taught me so much about myself.
Yeah.
And it's given me so much peace that I genuinely feel like I'll take with me for the rest of my life. I can't believe I'm so emotional. And
It's emotional.
I would say, Caroline, if you're watching this, I hope you're laughing
Yeah.
at my puppy dog
Caroline.
tears.
Caroline, shout out to you for that
Yeah,
goated fucking, what is it? What would you call it?
It's like a travel basket.
Travel basket.
Yeah,
just a bunch of road snacks.
Caroline is one of my coworkers. She works as a host at the restaurant that I worked at. We've just like formed a really lovely bond. I like often affectionately refer to her as my niece. And she put together just the most thoughtful, like decked out going away care package for us.
Decked out.
So we would have snacks while we were on the road, and it was just so thoughtful. And it's like that. I've never had anything like that. No one's ever done something like that for me before. And she just did it because she wanted to and because that makes her happy. And that's like just a testament to like the kind of people that we met down here. And it's crazy because I feel like I've spent so much time in my life wishing I could find a community of people that I felt more aligned with. And I've struggled a lot often with my social circles and dynamics like that. And even though we're leaving this place behind because of a lot of factors, having the experience of being able to find a community that welcomes you with such open arms and having these repeated experiences of meeting like one person after another who are so like accepting and like open to like take us into their community and become our friends and share this place with us. And
really, everyone has been so welcoming.
It's
when we've come to here, I mean, pretty much every single person we have met has accepted us with open arms and been so kind and generous, and we could not have asked for anything better.
It's so special. So often in my life, I've just felt like a loner, or I've felt like the communities like that I've tried to be a part of, I've been a part of with this maybe sort of caveat of trying to fit in or changing myself in some way to be accepted. And this time around, it partially has to do with me and my personal growth in my confidence and self-love to show up fully as myself, but to be received the way that we have been down here, just like time and time again, and like all of the adventures that we went on with all of the people that we met. It just is so special, and it gives me so much hope for the future in the idea that like I can build community, we can build community, and like what a special thing too to know that this place where this house is, we now have this wonderful community of people that when we come back to this place, we'll be able to share time with and reconnect with.
That is also such another truly valuable part about moving to different places is you're just creating different pockets of community for yourself around the world, where like then you can return there and there is roots there that you can go back and like really reminisce and like meet those people again. And that I feel like is really special. And even though we're already still like we're still here, we haven't even left, I'm really excited to come back and see my people again.
And I feel that way too, like so strongly.
Yeah.
And I think that's another thing too, which is like, girl, you're sat on camera bawling your eyes out over leaving. Like, why are you leaving? If you love it so much, if you love these people so much, why would you abandon that? I think that's maybe a question that would come to mind even towards myself, but maybe from an external perspective. But to that, I think I just say that there's validity in like letting something just be good. And it's okay to move from something before it becomes bad, based on being honest to yourself and really knowing what is good for you and being true to yourself. I recently read The Alchemist. I think it's by an author called like Paulo Coelho or Coelho or something. He's Brazilian, so the pronunciation's botched. But it's like a fable, and a lot of what the story is based around is this idea of following your personal legend. And it's interesting because I'd added The Alchemist to my reading list months ago. I got the book from the library 6 weeks ago plus and carried it around and said I was going to read it, and decided to read a bunch of other books before I started reading that book. And then a few days ago, I sat down and pretty much read the whole thing cover to cover in a day or two. And the timing of it was so sweet and so perfect, because so much of what that book is talking about, and it talks about a lot, is this willingness to be brave and move towards the things that matter to you, even if that means leaving behind other things that also matter to you. So the story is about a shepherd, and his initial decision is he going to follow this path of his that is like calling to him, or is he going to stay with his sheep? And he talks about how he cares for his sheep, and he knows different qualities and different traits about them and how they behave, and which ones wake up early and which one needs extra help or has the smartest personality. But at the end of the day, they only care for themselves, and they only care if they're led to greener pastures and have water to drink and food to eat, and that another shepherd will also take care of them and will also be with them. And it's okay to leave that behind in pursuit of his personal legend, in pursuit of the things he really wanted for himself and this higher purpose that he was moving towards. And I think for me, I really feel that way, where it's like if you are at a point where you're lucky enough to have like amazing things to leave behind, it's okay still to be brave enough to still make a decision knowing that there's more that you're looking for, and move in alignment with that and in pursuit of what you really want for yourself. And I think Cole and I both are still hungry for more, and more discovery and more adventure. And we're moving temporarily to our hometown so we can kind of build back a little bit and just make sure that we're moving from a place of strength and confidence. But the possibilities feel really limitless right now. And maybe more so than they ever have. And that feels like such a powerful, exciting place to be at. And it's a little scary, but truly, like, amongst all the crazy things that have already happened in 2025, I feel so hopeful and excited about the future, and the people we'll meet, and the adventures we'll go on, and the communities we'll build. And that's what I'm really dedicated to working on moving forward. That's really what I care about, is continuing to hold space with people, continuing to build community, and being really immersed in just doing things that I care about and working on things that I care about.
Yeah. I also think another thing too that we were talking about with Pete, and about like coincidences, but also just like, you know, listening to signs and the universe on where you should be going, where you should be headed. And I think it's really valid. I mean, the fact that we were supposed to initially leave in the middle of January, and our friend Pete, who we've only met within the past week, was also supposed to be moving to Tampa around that same time. And both of us ended up staying here and connecting and like building a beautiful little friendship and connection right before we left. That was meant to happen. And like, I think we felt a little bit unsure of like if it was right for us to stay a little bit longer. But again, the time that the little bit extra time, the couple more weeks that we've had down here have been beautiful, crucial. We've had so many beautiful moments within these past couple of weeks, but also now that we're leaving right now, this is the time to leave. and it does feel right. And the first time it didn't feel right, and that's why we stayed. I think it's important to listen to yourself. It's important to listen to the world around you. It's important to listen to your people. And
yeah, that's on trusting yourself
Yeah.
and trusting your gut.
Yeah.
It's important to be listening to your heart, really,
mm-hmm.
because it will steer you in the right direction if you're really paying attention and you're in alignment with yourself. I feel so lucky to feel so sad to leave something behind like this. Like,
Yes.
it's the best way I can describe it.
Yeah.
I think. How amazing is it that the impact that this place has had is so profound that I can't record the video without like welling up in tears, because that's how big and how like full my heart is right now from the time that we've had down here. Truly, I just like I don't know how else to say it. And this week really has been so wonderful in so many ways. And
being able to see our friend Q Dog,
yeah, Quentin.
Micro Tiger, I'll leave it at that.
Pro golfer, if you will.
It was a great time, and I'm so glad we were able to catch up with him.
He was the first friend that we made down here, and I remember when we made that first connection, it was like, wow, like
I celebrated my 21st with him.
Yeah.
He was there, and he made sure I had a fucking great birthday. And yeah, there's
just been so many people. I mean, if we're just doing shout outs, I don't even think these people watch, but like truly, like, shout out all my work people, shout out Sid, shout out Jaren, shout out Shelby. You know,
shout out Aaron. I know we've already talked, but
yeah,
I mean, going out that one night and being able to talk and have discussion with her was also really pleasant and engaging and type of the conversation that I want to have.
And
like
even like the last night that I had at work, I've cried at work a bunch of times. One of the like cooks in the kitchen like made a plate of ribs, and we all ended up just like eating ribs and like taking a few shots and sharing that community with Mandy too, who's another person that was like just so genuine and open and kind to me. And yeah, it's just crazy. Again, it's probably getting redundant, but I'm happy that we were able to come here and make this video and say these things because it matters, and we did it, and it's proof of life. If you take anything away from this video, continue to follow your heart and like do the hard things. And if you want to move somewhere, be brave and do those things. And it's okay to go somewhere where you don't know anyone, because you might find some of the best people you've ever met and learn a lot of things about yourself and grow and overcome hardship in a way that will allow you and teach you to overcome the inevitable hardship that comes with being a human and comes with living life. And if you can do it with a community of people, and when you feel loved and when you feel seen and when you feel taken care of, like, that is the stuff of life, and that is what is so real and so valuable, really, in my opinion. And I can't express it enough. Like, be brave and just do hard things, and you will be rewarded. It's like The Alchemist. They say something along those lines. Anyone who is following their personal legend will be taken care of by the universe. And it doesn't mean that it's not going to come with hardships, but every hardship you overcome, you'll learn that lesson, and you'll just become a better, more well-rounded person, and
will know yourself better.
And then you'll look back at your life, and like, this is one of those things where it's like, if I died tomorrow, I could look back at my life and say like, wow, like, I did that.
Yeah.
I went and I did that, and I had that life experience, and I did something totally different from anything I'd ever done before. And that's the kind of life I want to lead. I want to live a life where I can be excited about the things that I've done and feel like I've really had life experience, and that
Yeah.
is what this has been like in the biggest way. And I read 15 books last year, and I've read 4 books this month, and I'm like leaning harder into the things that I really care about and things that are making me a better person, and that feels so exciting and fulfilling as well.
Drop some French right now.
No, I can't.
Do it.
I can't, because like if someone who actually speaks French will fucking show up and be like, I hate you. But I have been working really hard on learning French and practicing French and brushing up on my skills too. And that feels like super validating. I just get sheepish when I'm put on the spot and told to speak a foreign language.
Just a little something. I went to the supermarket.
I think it's je vais supermarché.
Boom.
But I get
Boom.
my verbs
Boom.
mixed up. Boom, 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 boom. I get my verbs mixed up sometimes. So that might be I have a supermarket, which maybe I do. That's not for me to say. I also haven't been practicing my lessons these past couple of days because we've been like,
having some very eventful days.
running around and living life and doing things, which is good and valid too. We have a lot of work we still have to do. We've got all of our possessions that needs to get somehow jigsawed into 2 vehicles so we can drive across the country while the birds of prey fly overhead. There's like giant birds of prey that
About
live
20.
in our neighborhood.
Yeah, 20 that just
Yeah.
like circle our neighborhood.
Yeah, but they're beautiful, and this place is beautiful, and I feel so grateful.
I'm gonna really miss it. I'm really gonna miss sitting on this porch. But I'm just thankful, really thankful that I was even able to be here in the first place. And I think that's really what I'm focusing on, is like, I'm just so glad that I was even allowed to have this experience. And like,
And shout out to our parents,
yeah,
because we don't always have the best relationship. Like, it's not always the easiest. I don't know that any adult person necessarily has a perfect relationship with their parents, but this happened because they said yes, and because they were advocates for us, and because they believed that this was something that we should be able to do. And
yeah,
thank you.
mm-hmm.
And we'll tell them that.
Yeah,
Obviously, like when we see them, we're going to be seeing them really soon. But yeah, I just feel really lucky.
yeah.
And we're going to keep doing videos. So stay tuned. And I promise, like, the next one I won't cry so much.
We'll see.
Actually, I'm crying every video. So hit the big thumbs up if you like crying.
Smash that like button if you like crying.
Make sure you subscribe for the Tears of Tears of Bisca. Subscribe for Tears of Bisca. My merch will just be vials of my tears. So stay
You're
tuned.
wasting fuel already.
Stay tuned
Where's
for
the
that merch
vial?
shop. Don't worry, there's plenty more where that came from. Crybaby TM.
All right,
Okay,
guys.
wait. I want to pick up John. This is us, Central Florida, Polk County, Dundee. We love you. Polk County, we love you. We'll see you guys again.
We will see you guys
really
again.
soon.
Oh my gosh.
Baby, no. That was cathartic.